Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Jayco Whitehawk 27 RB travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it and show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a couple of things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, leave plenty of room for that awning to come in and out. On your off campsite, of course, your slide. But besides your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are. Power and water on your unit is going to be on your off camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle, all the way back here in this back corner. City water connection for campsites, there's your power. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing we're going to do is level your unit. Now, your unit does come with a power tongue jack. Night docking light, should you arrive at night, simply lower or raise the unit by using this. Should you lose power, underneath this rubber stopper, that manual hand crank right there will get this up and down if you don't have power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose. Once you arrive, got your unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. So you have these stabilizing jacks in the front and the rear. Before I go inside and show you how to run these down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Get your 4-pack of those, put them down underneath your feet. Come inside your unit and go up to your control panel. To the left of your entryway is your control panel. Turn this on by touching the upper left. You see you can go through here by touching the upper left button. You want to go to where it says awning and stabilizing jacks. Go down a button. Here's where you can select. Select front stabilizing jacks. Hit extend. Have someone watch them. Bring them down just until they're taut. Once it feels like the unit's starting to move, or if you hear that it's stopped, go ahead and stop. Select the rear. Run those down the same way. And that's what they'll look like down. Down in the front. Down in the back. Got our unit level and stable. Let's go ahead and hook up your power and water. Again, on your off camp side, back here in this back corner, is going to be your city water connection. That's where we'll hook up at campsites. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi. It's going to protect the lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so always use this. Put that on there. Get that in there. Hook up your hose. There we go. Get that in there nice and tight. Hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. On your unit, your hot water heater is going to be over on the campsite. And all we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our drain plug's back in. Just to the right of your entry doorway is going to be your hot water heater. This will lift right up off here. Drain plug. Get a little plumber's tape around that. Not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Some plumber's tape. I believe that's 1 1/8 socket. Go ahead and get that in there nice and tight. Then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now the hose has been running for a little while. Go inside and open up your slide if you need to. What I need you to do is get inside and open up your water taps. Once you got a nice steady flow of water going through those, no more air, go ahead and shut them off. Then you'll know that your hot water heater is full and you can turn that on from indoors. If for some reason your hot water heater doesn't work, come out here to these reset buttons. They'll be bubbled out. Simply press them back in. And this is your pressure release valve. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go boondocking or dry camping. In that case, we're simply going to fill up our potable water tank or fresh water. Same thing over here on your campsite, just to the left of your bedroom door, is your potable water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or on that control panel inside, you can check and see your fresh water tank level. Once this is full, and keep an eye on it while you're filling it. Once it's full, put this cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that potable water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water that's already pressurized. All right, we got water and power. We're all set up to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit, starting on your campsite. Up here in the front storage, you've got a table that you can pull out of here. Lighting for docking up front. A 110 out here. This is your J port. I'll show you how to set that up for grilling down here. Continue down your campsite. There's where your J port will push in. Again, your fresh water. That's a flue for your furnace. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of that. It'll get hot, and make sure nothing's ever blocking it. Access to the back of your fridge. A couple of outdoor speakers. That is a vent for your microwave. Here you prep for a TV. You can snap a TV on here, plug it in, and plug your cable in. Again, your hot water heater. Coming to your outdoor kitchen. Got magnets to hold that up there for you. Got a drawer here. 110s, bottle opener, lighting, and electric fridge. Just to the right of that down here is a porch step light. Coming around the back of your unit, you got a ladder. Utilize it. Go up there and check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You also prep for a Furrion backup camera. Device that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, electronically communicating with this and a piece they put on here, give you a backup camera for the unit. You also have an outdoor kitchen, or excuse me, outdoor shower. 751 Clio, open that up and give you a hot and cold shower. Down below there is your low point drain. Spare tire with a cover. Keep that cover on there. It keeps it from dry rotting. Back around this corner, again, your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump your black and gray tanks. Here's where you plug your cable in, your city water and your power. Here's where we'll dump our tanks at. There's your black handle and your gray handle, and there's where you hook your hose up. Continue around the off camp side. You've got a big storage area here. You've got a gray water holding tank underneath here. Easier to access to dump that when your slide's closed. Coming back around this side, you have a hand crank for get your spare tire on and off, a hand crank for a manual override for your slide. This is your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Coming up front, the propane does come with a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. You're prepped for solar here. You can plug in a solar panel right there and it'll trickle charge your batteries. Propane also comes with a cover, an easy access top. And that about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look inside. Coming up inside your unit, the first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Just above that's going to be your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping, boondocking, and you have nothing plugged in charging your battery and you're going to be gone for the day, Use that battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. And above that, 110 with GFCI reset. And then to our right as you come in up top is going to be all of your control center. Here's your living room lighting, security light, and your awning light. Over here, you switch this to hot water heater before turning on your hot water on here. Show you where to do that at. You will select, oops, excuse me, top mode, go to pump. That's your water pump. Water heater hooked to electric, water heater hooked to gas. Again, make sure this is turned on water heater, and then you just simply hit on. Now I'm going to go ahead and go through the rest of this control panel. Here's our awnings. Select runs you through them. And slide. Here's your AC. Let me go ahead and oops, get back to AC again. So here's our AC. Mode cool. There's your AC kicking on. Shut that off. You see that shuts off rather quickly. Now we'll go to your furnace. Turn your furnace on. I have to turn the temperature up a little bit. There's your furnace kicking on. Now you notice when I come down here and shut everything off. Oh, I gotta go back to mode to off. Then it'll take a few minutes for your heat furnace fan to cycle through before it actually shuts off. Continuing up here, here's where you can pair your device. You can get the J command and pair it to your phone. There's where you can check your tanks, watch your fresh water fill up, black and gray tanks. Again, back to our water pump and water heaters, motors, AC, and your settings. Coming into your kitchen, you got this little extension right here. It's got power port, we call it, with USBs and 110. Push that red button in, that'll go down for you. Self-explanatory microwave with a fan and light above your cooktop. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Simply turn on your pilot light here. Turn this to light. See, it turns blue to red. Hit your spark when your gas is on, that'll light up here. Same thing on your oven. Just turn that to light. Hit your spark here. No need for a pilot light anymore, and then set it to the desired temperature. Rock that panel light down for an oven light. Got your fridge here. Some cabinets. Below your cabinets here is going to be access panel to your breaker box and fuses. A handful of 15s in there, a couple 2s. I would highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. You have your 40-inch Insignia TV that pops in here. So one thing I want to mention on that, here's where your 110 goes in. And inside your right cabinet here, where your cable goes in, there is a little green light. Make sure that green light is on before you run your digital channel scan. That's a digital channel enhancer, and that'll allow you to pick up more channels. RV Technology sound system, dual zoned. Don't know if I'll pick up any channels inside this metal building, but shut it off indoors. Now it's just outdoors, or both. Bluetooth, AM, FM, auxiliary. Nice system. Below that, your fireplace. We will have to come back over here. Switch this down to fireplace. Now we can turn our fireplace on. So, not just for looks anymore. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the biggest thing, folks, is the heat. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, and you're plugged in at a campsite, instead of using your gas, turn this heater on here. It'll get it toasty in here in no time, and it'll save you gas. Continuing into the living room, you do have a couple of these dinettes that'll pop into your cup holder. And then of course you have your recliner, pull chute, lighting here. Cup holder, just snap it down in there. Have it set level. Or do one-handed. There we go. Your table, simply pull it up from there. It will remove from the wall and from here. Set it down on these lips here. Put your cushions on top, gives you another sleeping quarters. Your pantry. Coming into your bathroom, tons of lighting. Just want to mention in here, make sure that this bathroom door is snapped open, or excuse me, snapped closed for travel. Make sure this isn't bouncing around on you down the road. You have a hand crank open, power exhaust vent here. Make sure it's turned on down there. There you go. You can turn that on from down here. And lastly, going back into your bedroom. Your other one of those is under your bed, as well as a TV mount for outdoors. Also prep for a TV in here. Put your bracket on here, 110 in cable, another hand crank open power exhaust vent in your bedroom. Lighting here for your 110. You also have one touch for blue, hold it in for a reading light, and a shade for your bedroom. And your closet. That about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and get ready to close the unit up. Definitely want to lower this. I like to come to my main control panel, shut off my living room lights, and then I can see all the individual lighting that I need to walk through the unit and shut off by hand. Now I've got them all off, I can come back to my control panel and hit living room. Doors and drawers. Make sure all our doors and drawers are secure. Nothing is going to impede your slide from coming in. Make sure this is closed. Both bathroom and bedroom door are snapped into the open position. I'm going to come up here to our control panel. Come to this page here. We're going to select slide, and we're going to hit retract. You do have a skylight with a shade up here as well, and down there above your slide is your smoke alarm. I wanted you to hear that noise. That is nothing grinding. That is the slide mechanism telling itself not to go in any further. Now you can control your lights from here, but I also want you to see you can control them from here. 1 is interior, 2 is exterior, and 3 will be both that you can turn everything on and off with. Got all of our lights off. Let's exit the unit. Biggest thing you want to know on these steps is make sure this door is all the way open. Otherwise, this could catch on your door. Adjustable feet on the door. Simply press that latch it in and raise these to where you want them. Set your door in. Pull back on that. That's going to lock your steps in there. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn your handle. Your door is ready for travel. At this point, we're going to unhook our power, our water, and our cable. Bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Actually, you'll have to go back inside to do that. Go back into your control panel, go to your stabilizing jacks, and hit retract. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be behind your tires, all the way at the rear corner. on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly. You got a 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up, and the first thing we're going to do is pull this black handle. Now while that black handle is draining, we're going to come around to our corner here. We're going to open up our low point drains while we're at the dump station. Let them drain. Once your black tank is done draining, when that is done, you're going to go ahead and shut that hose off. Make sure all that washout that you just put in there has drained out. Then we're going to close our black handle. We're going to leave that hooked up, come down here and pull this gray handle. That's going to be cleaner water, sinks and showers. Once that one's done, close that gray handle. Come back here and pull this gray handle. It's going to be your extra galley tank. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Once that's done, close that gray handle, remove your sewage hose, conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Lastly, your freshwater tank up here in the front. Get up underneath there and dump that. And then come around to your hot water heater. Your low point drains have finished draining. We're going to come here and we're going to lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump the remainder of your hot water out of here. Once that's done, then you can go ahead and pull this drain plug. Put your door back on. A lot of people forget to do that. Hook up your hitch and head on down the road. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Whitehawk for many years to come. Happy camping.